We round out this Saturday evening in the USL Championship out west, Bay Area, Oakland Coliseum. It's the Oakland Roots welcoming FC Tulsa. Good to have you with us on ESPN Plus alongside Gainbridge Super League veteran Vicky Bruce. I'm Joe Malfa. FC Tulsa, reigning champions of the Western Conference, right now below that playoff line, not exactly where they want to be. Oakland Roots flying start to the season. They've since cooled off a little bit, but Vicky, they're coming in confident after their draw on the road against Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, you know, they came back from two different times where they were down a goal, and that shows a lot of resilience. That shows that they're fully capable of, if they just start the game a little bit stronger and get a goal early on, that they can come away with the point and get rid of this three winless streak.
Haven't won since March 14th. They've shown positive performances within that stretch, even without the victory. And a big reason for their success to this point this season has been Wolfgang Prentice, who is your player to watch this evening, as warm-ups are brought to you by UCSF Health. Prentice with 3 goals and an assist in his 5 starts on the season. On the other side for FC Tulsa, Vicky, a team that made it all the way to the final last year. It looks pretty similar through 5 games statistically. It wasn't until the mid-year stretch that they went on that lengthy victory streak. But so far, very happy Luke Spencer with the intensity and the effort from the group.
Yeah, I think he has every right to be happy with the intensity and effort. You know, they were at this exact point last year, and they managed to, you know, make a great run. So I don't think they're worried, but I do think that they want the results to start coming their way.
One player who stood out to you within that mix is Giorgio Kaczewski in the midfield.
Yeah, he is a newcomer, 23 years old, young guy, you know, won a national championship at Syracuse. He's really stepped up in the midfield, the coach has said, so it's going to be exciting to watch him go from box to box.
Oakland has some poor memories of the meeting last year here at the Coliseum. It was a 1-1 draw. It wasn't a poor result in a vacuum, but it really was the first dagger to the Roots season. So the Roots looking to get some revenge on FC Tulsa. It's Oakland and Tulsa next on ESPN Plus.
Sana, sana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy,
Sanará mañana.
Learn about low to no-cost health insurance with Anthem Blue Cross, so you and your family can sana sana.
A lot of people don't know this about UCSF, but we have more female sports doctors than anywhere else in the country.
Our Women's Sports Medicine Center is the first clinic in the Bay Area to focus on female patients. We would reconstruct the ACL. Our bodies are different. Our injuries are different.
We are constantly staying up to date on the latest science. And we're all athletes ourselves, so we understand what their goals are.
We love to help athletes get back to doing what they love.
UCSF Health.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You might not be related, but you're still family. You don't just give an extra hand. You give your whole heart and a whole lot of muscle. Because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Tonight's match is presented in part by Anthem Blue Cross. Speak tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. On this Oakland side here, Vicky, I want to call attention to Peter Wilson. Still hasn't scored yet this season, the reigning Golden Boot winner, but hoping the Roots are that it could happen tonight.
Yeah, you know, last year he had 8 consecutive games where he had goals, so he's fully capable of scoring. He just hasn't quite broken into that this season yet. I know the second he breaks it, he's going to start scoring a ton. He's going to be a scoring machine, so he's just got to put one in the back of the net tonight.
Yeah, and he had that international break as well. He was away with Liberia. That sort of made the opening portion of the season choppy for him from a performance standpoint, but he is back out there starting again tonight for the Roots. On the other side for FC Tulsa, it's again the striker we're calling attention to, Remy Cabral, making his first start of the season. His last 5 appearances all off the bench.
Yeah, you know, he actually scored when he came off the bench, and they won that game. So he's fully capable of having a huge impact on this field, and I'm excited to see what he can do tonight.
Yeah, when he scores, things go well for Tulsa. Their only regular season win was the one you mentioned that he scored in, and he also scored in their Open Cup victory over San Antonio. So it's the Roots and FC Tulsa late on a Saturday night here in the Bay Area, meeting for the first time this season. It's Oakland left to right in the black, Tulsa right to left in the gold, and we are underway from the Coliseum. Happy to have you with us this evening with Vicky Bruce. I'm Joe Malfa. Last time these teams met down the stretch last year, that 1-1 draw. It was part of Tulsa's run into the playoffs as the #1 seed. They were at a point in the season where they could sort of coast. They knew they were going to be the #1 team. Oakland needed victories badly, and it just wouldn't happen. They took the lead that night against Tulsa. Tulsa equalized. It finished 1-1. Something that could be on these players' minds this evening. And a quick stoppage to the action here. Player down for the Roots.
Looks like he got a little knock to the head. I think he hit his head on the ground after some contact.
Tommy McCabe there, as you said, tough fall.
Yeah, anything with the head, not fun.
This injury timeout is brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. Tommy McCabe is so vitally important to everything this Roots team does in the midfield. Captain of this team. He has been the anchor every step of the way. One of the key acquisitions of the offseason is Ryan Martin in his first year in charge, a player he coached in the past. One of the first guys he wanted to bring in. I think he's all right because you can read his lips there, and he's chatting with our referee, Remy Toucan, but look, I'm not a PhD in lip reading, but he said, how's that not a foul? How's that not a foul? So the fact that he's already complaining about the foul and not worried about his health, I think he'll be all right to continue.
Yeah, anytime anything's involved with the head, you know, you just want to call right away. It doesn't really matter the rhyme or reason.
McCabe is ready to be waved back on as soon as the referee allows. And we drop ball back to the Roots. We're happy to be back home. It was a long road trip last week, all the way out east against Tampa Bay Rowdies, a team who came in a perfect 4-0-0 at Tampa Bay. The Roots fell behind twice in that game and still managed a point on the road. Wolfgang Prentice directly in behind. It's Prentice on the header! Oh, what a start for the Roots!
What a goal!
His 4th of the season, and they lead 1-0 inside of 4 minutes.
We knew they were going to be direct. I mean, this ball was played from the center back. Straight forward, one touch, headed in, beautiful.
Prentice celebrating with the supporters. Like you said, right from the back, one bounce, Prentice does the rest.
That might have been his first touch of the game. What a brilliant first touch.
Didn't even need to settle it. Waited for it to bounce into his path, and just the skill to
lob it over him. Yeah. And that's the exact moment where precision is super important. You know, he didn't have much power. He wasn't in an angle to get power, but he did the correct thing and just saw the keeper was off his line and popped it right above him.
Quick start for the Roots. There's a reason that you wanted to spotlight him, Vicky, coming into tonight. He's meant so much to them. The Roots did that, by the way, with 10 men. They hadn't yet waved Tommy McCabe back out on the field. He was just allowed to come back out there now. So the Roots, for the time being, were down to 10 and still managed the goal. 2 wins and a draw and scoring first this season, the Roots. What a start for Prentice and Oakland. And for FC Tulsa now, have to pick up the pieces and respond to that.
It's very hard to come back from a deficit so early on. So they have to kind of shake this off and just pretend like it didn't happen, go from ground zero and try to get a goal here and level it up.
Curling it toward that back post and nearly did it. Ends up on top of the netting. Jamie Weber with the effort. Raphael Spiegel starting again in goal for the Roots. Was suspended last week. Kendall McIntosh filled in. Had a bit of a hiccup on the opening goal, Kendall McIntosh. Put the Roots behind early in that game against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Raphael Spiegel now back from his suspension, back in the net. Coming in this game, there was a sense that FC Tulsa would be direct, and the Roots have had some vulnerabilities defensively against direct play. And the game just completely flipped on its head 3 minutes in, where it's the Roots playing direct and the Roots finding that opening goal through that direct play.
Yeah, the Roots said, you know what, you're going to go direct, we'll go direct.
Bravo. Looking for Trejo, Prentice pressuring. It's fed through for Khalil Medkar. Up for Remy Cabral. Cabral, somebody the Roots are familiar with. His time in Phoenix the last couple of years, punished the Roots at times. First year with FC Tulsa for Remy Cabral. 5 appearances, 123 minutes, and a goal. He scored in their Open Cup victory over San Antonio. He scored in their lone victory in the regular season. Both those off the bench, and now tonight getting the start. Jesus De Vicente on it now, getting his first start as a pro for the Roots. Collegiately at the University of Virginia. And for Peter Wilson. Bertrand Jacquesin for Bobosi Biarahanga.
It's smart, Oakland has the momentum. They don't need to force anything right now. They can just keep the ball, see if they can make things happen, but pass it around the back and let the game do its thing.
Sissoko with the header away. Prentice on the service there. It's Prentice's goal officially in the 4th minute. Assist to Michael Edwards on that long diagonal from the back line. It was whistled for a foul along the ad boards. David Garcia sent crashing into the ad boards.
Always like to see when they are civil afterwards. Little
it's not always like
friendly
that.
handshake.
It's not always like that, but it is in this moment. Tommy McCabe to restart it. Or not. Just trying to get the answer from the referee. Julian Bravo looking long for Danny Trejo. AB Sissoko rising through. Prentice settles. Garcia goes over the top of Cabral. One of those two are the ones who just got into it along the sideline. Keep an eye on that. They'll be matched up all evening long. Here's Prentice with the confidence of an early goal to Peter Wilson. Cut back for Trejo just behind him.
You can see what he was trying to do there. It was a brilliant idea. They just weren't necessarily on the same page.
Prentice recovers the secondary ball. And the Roots start the possession again. Prentice. Floated by Julian Bravo. Too far for Peter Wilson and gathered by Dane Jackaman.
Prentice is really checking in. He seems to be getting the ball quite high off the line, able to turn and lay people down the line.
He's really transformed this season, Wolfgang Prentice, as Ryan Martin looks on. And a good chat with Ryan Martin about Wolfgang Prentice to begin the season. It was a simple question. Did you expect this? And the answer was pretty much no. But it was more of a case of he's risen his level, Wolfgang Prentice, to meet the season. He's always shown flashes last season. Training camp this year showed flashes. As it's played at the back post by Jacquesin just beyond Danny Trejo, but it's about time that Wolfgang Prentice has fully put it together now. 4 goals for the Roots in the early season. Jackerson looking for Danny Trejo at the back post. Quite on the same page, but another dangerous moment for the Roots early on.
Great cross. Bent it around, center back. All he had to do was get a little touch on it.
Holding and expanding upon the lead is the next step for the Roots. They took a 2-0 lead against New Mexico and then against Phoenix Rising. They won the New Mexico game. They tied the Phoenix game. As Luke Spencer looks on, wondering how he gets his Tulsa team back into this. It's an interesting conversation we had with him about not comparing this year to last year too much. It's a trap that you don't want to fall into. So when looped in toward Cabral, took a deflection out for a Tulsa corner, and he said through it all, he's happy with the effort, the intensity, and just knowing that last year's team didn't hit its stride until about midway through the season. This year's team feels around that same trajectory, but they're mostly, when they refer back to last season, talking about the character, talking about the fight, talking about the intensity, and how those non-negotiable pillar-type principles carry over from year to year.
Yeah, he also mentioned that, you know, it's a little bit easier to exceed expectations when they don't necessarily have any, whereas right now they have a little bit of a target on their back.
Yeah, last year Tulsa came in, I think people around the league were feeling, hey, would it be right around the playoff line? Would they even make the playoffs? And instead, now you're coming into this season as the reigning Western Conference champions and the league runners-up. That's not a good sign for the Roots. Julian Bravo was the one being tended to there. They're already thin on the back line. He's already playing out of position as a left back. And now Neville Hackshaw is going to take his spot. Bravo cannot continue. This will have a ripple effect on that back line for the Roots. We'll dive into it in a second. Tulsa set to take the corner as Hackshaw enters the field. They actually haven't let Hackshaw on the field yet. Waiting until after this set piece. He's getting the final instructions still from the sideline. So the Roots down a center back right now as they defend this corner. Short from the corner.
This could be a huge opportunity for Tulsa if they can capitalize.
And they don't. Couldn't get it past the first man. Rossi Biarahanga intervening. Lucas Stauffer keeps it alive. This ball finds its way through for Remy Cabral. Clicks it back. Something on for FC Tulsa. Flag stays down. Saved by Spiegel. Big rebound. And the Roots are able to work it clear. And now the referees will allow Noel Hackshaw onto the field. So what this is going to do is going to send Jesus De Vicente all the way over to left back. It's going to move Michael Edwards to right back. And it's going to put Noel Hackshaw in the middle with David Garcia. They've been trying to piece things together now, Oakland, with their injuries they've had on the back line. And the last thing they needed was another early injury in this one to a member of that back line. Although it does put Jesus De Vicente into his more natural position. A left back by trade is forced over to the right side tonight. But now it takes Michael Edwards out of position and puts him at right back. You have Tulsa having to navigate conceding an early goal. You have the Roots having to navigate an early injury. So a lot of whatever these coaches plan in some ways out the window. Just 13 minutes into this game.
It's funny how much a coach and a team can prep for a game and then everything goes not exactly how you planned.
Dom flips it back for Kucheski. And Dom. This is where we believe Julian Bravo got hurt. It was as he was lunging ahead in that last attack for the Roots. Came down awkwardly, went down, play continued. He came back defensively to join the play and then went down again, and that was it.
Looks like he might be holding his groin.
It's a tough break for the Roots and for Julian Bravo in the early going.
It's one of those things where if it is a groin, this early in the season, you don't want to push it. You don't want to risk being out way more games than you need to.
Free kick coming for the Roots. Players colliding. Wilson comes away unscathed. Jacquesin and Batista got the worst of it in this exchange.
Looks like they actually ran into each other.
Roots fan, the 2026 Oakland Roots jerseys are here, inspired by the legend of the Oak Nest Monster and the spirit of the town. Fresh look, same Oakland energy. Don't wait, grab yours now. Shop at shop.oaklandrootssc.com. Vicente flicks it on for Prentice. Vicente not afraid to join the attack as a left back. There he is. Vicente looking in front for Jacquesin. Too far in front of Trejo.
Defensive line there did a good job of cutting off an angle for them.
Early look from De Vicente. Trying to switch for Dom. Jacquesin intercepts for Oakland. Stumble there. Back line from Delence Pierre. Recovered by Trejo. Trejo slips. Footing not usually any sort of an issue here. We did see them watering the pitch beforehand, which I don't recall seeing recently for the Roots. That could just be me not paying attention at the right time, but there's something I did note, and we have seen some players slipping and sliding early on. Keep in mind.
When Bravo went down, too, you could see he was in metal studs, so I think that is a factor.
Pierre loses it. All the way back for A.B. Sissoko. Benton behind. And beyond the reach, out for a goal kick. We're a quarter of an hour in, 1-0 lead for the Oakland Roots. Alongside Vicky Bruce, I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you with us this evening on ESPN+. Blink and you missed it. Wolfgang Prentice scoring 4 minutes in, his 4th of the season. He has been that hot hand that Ryan Martin just simply cannot take out of the 11. A deep attacking unit. The likes of Florian Velo now available off the bench. Faisal Batash coming off the bench tonight for the Oakland Roots. There are more able-bodied, dangerous pieces in that attack than there are spots. And there's 2 right now that don't even get a second guess from Ryan Martin. Peter Wilson is Peter Wilson, is the way Ryan Martin said it. And as you noted earlier, Vicky, he could catch fire at any time. And Wolfgang Prentice is on fire right now. So those 2 guys, you can set it and forget it in the 11 and just wait for something to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you have Wolfgang, who's been a part of now 5 of the 6 goals that the whole team has. I mean, that's incredible. And then we all know what Wilson's capable of. 19 goals last season, 5 assists. I think, the second he breaks into that, they don't have anything to worry about.
It took him a while to get going last year. You mentioned the 8 straight games he scored down the stretch, scoring 11 goals in those 8 games, a couple of braces along the way. It didn't really start for him until mid-July. That was a turning point. Subbed off in a game at halftime against Phoenix Rising for missing about 3 golden opportunities in that first half. Eddie Feilhauer just wanted him to sit back, think about it. It worked.
Sometimes that's what you need. He's gets a lot of respect. He deserves it. It's well earned. But sometimes, maybe you lose a starting spot or you get punished maybe for not capitalizing on some opportunities, and you come back with a fire.
Here's Jacquesin feeding it through, looking for Wilson. Comes back to Jacquesin. Taken away by Lamar Batista and cleared. Part of it, too, has been bad luck this season for Peter Wilson. The Roots had an early season bye week. We might bill them, by the way, because I think that just knocked our camera. I think that hit right into our camera down at midfield. But he had an early season bye week, and that was coinciding with his international duties for Liberia. So he missed back-to-back weeks after playing the first 3 games of the season. And playing those 3 games, there was 1 goal that he thought he scored, but it ended up being credited as an own goal, correctly so. He's been a decoy. He's helped open things up for others. He's been in and around the action. And our camera was just in and around the action a moment ago. I mean, you could not have put this in a better spot, just dead on the lens. Here we go. Right in your living room. Oh, it did break. Uh-oh.
That's something you don't see every day.
Good things you can't plan for.
Okay.
Yarahanga. Just threading it through. Wilson, flag stays down. Peter Wilson! Wrong side of the post. It hit the back bar, but from the outside. So his search for his first goal continues.
That through ball is perfectly weighted. He doesn't have to have that much power on it. You know, he can just slip it to the side of him. And at that point, he was 1v1, so he could have probably even gone past him and just tapped it in. But, you know, it's early on in the game. He knows what he's capable of, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully he'll get another one.
It's one of those that fooled half the stadium from their vantage point celebrates. The other half realized it missed. It actually fooled one of the people up in the booth in the PA section. They played the goal song for the Roots, thinking that it had gone in. Something tells me Peter Wilson will have another opportunity this evening. The Oakland Roots are back at the Oakland Coliseum this Wednesday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. celebrating Earth Day. Get your tickets now at oaklandrootssc.com/tickets or call 510-488-1144. Almost halfway through this first half. Identical for these teams. 2 shots apiece, 1 shot on target apiece. The difference is Wolfgang Prentice's goal 4 minutes in. Harvey St. Clair. Chesky goes back. Lamar Batista switching. Flicked away by Prentice. It'll stay with Tulsa. Very much a direct team by nature. They embrace it. It's their style. Suits them well at home on the baseball field with smaller dimensions. Travels with them on the road. The Roots have struggled that way playing this year against teams who go direct. Hasn't been a problem so far. Jacqueson driving it the other way. Wilson holding it up, forcing Pierre to make a play.
Surprised there's no foul call there.
Wilson was looking at the referee for that same hope.
3-2.
Batista. Very patient now, Tulsa. The Roots so far this season have shown an ability to get really compact when they take a lead. Difficult to play through. It wasn't until late in that game against Phoenix, that 2-2 draw, that they were undone. They had a 2-0 lead. Playing in triple-digit temperatures, you could tell the legs got tired. Phoenix more accustomed to it, Oakland less so. Phoenix just stole momentum and tapped in too late. Playing this way, though, worked for the Roots in their last win, March 14th against New Mexico. Found the early goal, started playing more defensive, found a second goal on the counter, and rode that the rest of the way. Spiegel hesitates, comes out and gathers it just inside the 18.
See if they can make something. You love a quick restart. Get the ball in, get going.
Batista.
Both teams are sitting off. They're really respecting the other team's talent.
I don't always see this from Tulsa. Here's their first look going in direct. I wonder how much of it, too, is getting more on the same page with Remy Cabral, making his first start of the season. He's played plenty of time, over 100 minutes in the regular season prior. Still have to get used to some little things when you have somebody starting for the first time. Hackshaw, who subbed in for the injured Julian Bravo. McCabe. Garcia. Edwards had the assist on the opening goal. Doesn't get the deflection here. It'll be a Tulsa throw. Roots retreat. USL on CBS Sports Network wraps up the month of April with a Brinks Tires USL Cup Group 5 matchup. Northeastern rivals Hartford Athletic and Rhode Island FC battle out at 7 p.m. Eastern on April 25th. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network. These two teams have already met this year in Open Cup and will now meet in Brinks Cup. El Clamico has become one of the better rivalries in USL Championship. We see it next weekend. Dom threading it through. Trejo could be off to the races here. Prentice making the move in behind. Prentice. Early ball for Jacquesin. Cut out by Batista.
Second balls are going to be key in this game. I thought Tulsa was actually going to maybe have a chance from that ricochet, but instead, Oakland turned it into a transition opportunity.
Trejo dangerous as ever. Patience from Tulsa. There's a lot of Sissoko and Batista going back and forth. The center backs biding their time. Certainly have the pieces to play through the lines with Kacheski and Weber. It's just not really in their DNA. They are a direct team, and foul called, ending whatever threat there might have been. Well, we do have to welcome you officially from the playing field into the booth, Vicky, and we have to let the people at home know exactly who it is sitting next to me. First ever goal in the Gainbridge Super League. You didn't know this was coming. This is the magic of live TV. Let's see it. Gosh. Break it down. Break it down for us. What happened?
Oh my gosh, that was the best moment of my life.
Got it
yeah,
that was
that was amazing. Yeah, it was off of a set piece. It was a great ball in by Renee Guillon, left-footed. Bending ball. Our other center back at the time, Annika Creel, headed it across the goal. She didn't have an angle. It was perfect. Came sorted to me and Audrey, and I was just really scrappy in that moment and just kind of did whatever I could to just poke it into the back of the net.
And the rest is literally history. First ever goal in Super League, and now your playing days may be done. I know you're playing a lot of pickup right now, and you're still missing it, but for the meantime, you join us now in the booth, so welcome.
Thank you. I do actually have those boots framed. First ever Super League goal.
See, I don't know if I would have been able to do that. I'm very particular about breaking in boots. I still use the ones to this day that I wore in high school, and they are falling apart, and there is duct tape on them. But I just you're so comfortable.
We played on turf, so I went through cleats about every 2 months. I needed a new pair. So
there you go. Novella Hackshaw picks up the first yellow of the game. Lobbed in from the free kick. Headed square loose in front. It was there for Cabral. Dangerous area. Got the applause from Lamar Batista for the initial ball in. All good all around from Tulsa. Just lacked the finish.
All he needed there, I think, was just a bigger big toe.
Weber deflected. Dangerous always on a deflected ball like that. Defensively, Prentice brought down. Let's see if we see a yellow the other way now. We will. Tone was set a moment ago when Hackshaw was shown yellow, and now Lucas Stauffer joins him in the book. It's really hard to argue this one.
Yeah, it just pushes him straight from behind.
Broke up a promising attack as well.
Prentice doesn't see it coming.
Transition. You got to play it off, right? Tried to. Hackshaw looking for Jacquesin. Nice off of Dom.
It's good defensive work by Dom.
We haven't done much wrong, Tulsa, in this game. It was just that one moment off the restart. Directing behind, good long bounce for the Roots. Better finish from Wolfgang Prentice. That's been it. It's been very even.
At the next level, unfortunately, that one thing can be the deciding factor.
These two teams are even the rest of the way, and it doesn't change. It's 3 points for the Roots, who are looking for their first win since March 14th. By and large, happy with the performances since then. Haven't won since then. Here's Edwards, already with an assist tonight. Edwards finding it through for Trejo, and it's saved by Jacquemin.
It's a good effort by Trejo. You know, kept it low. Didn't really have any other options.
Good job from Edwards, igniting the attack, playing out of position as a right back. And asked Ryan Martin about that with this makeshift back line right now, why certain guys in certain spots. And said Edwards, look, he's not a natural right back, he's a center back, but he has the athleticism to play that position in a pinch, and certainly in a pinch tonight after the early injury. Sent Julian Bravo out of this match and Emil Hackshaw in. You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2TN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Free kick coming for the Roots. It's been choppy this first half. It was really the way things went all season last year for Tulsa. Doing a deep dive going into that final last year. Statisticians around the league, they had the fewest games where the ball was in play for more than 75% of the time. There's a stat kept as far as how many minutes of the 90 the ball is actually in play, and Tulsa was at the bottom of that, game in, game out. A lot of fouls, a lot of direct play, a lot of ball out of play. Fluid though right now in this attack. Gonna try from distance, pulled wide.
Weber taking that left-footed. He really probably should have tried to bend it to the front post maybe, but it's a good look.
Looks are starting to materialize for Tulsa. To that point about the ball not being in play much. Through the 32 minutes elapsed tonight, ball has only been in play for 17 minutes and 30 seconds, so just about half the time. It's par for the course for this Tulsa team. Spiegel playing out of the back. Yarahunga.
I think Hacksaw coming in is going to actually be a very good thing for Oakland. You know, we know Tulsa's so aggressive and direct, and you know he's a big guy. He's going to win a lot of stuff in the air, so he's going to be good to have back there.
Maybe a blessing in disguise, of course. Julian Bravo, the concern, and having him healthy. But to your point, Hackshaw, 39 caps for Trinidad and Tobago as well. Big man back there. Anchoring a back line against a team playing direct. The only reason he wasn't starting is he's getting his fitness back up to full health from the preseason and getting more minutes, more game fitness. So the plan was to play him again, but not play him 90. I guess he's not technically playing 90, but he's going to play pretty close to it with how early the injury happened to Bravo. Looking in the neighborhood of Weber. Back for Dom. Dom curling one. Comes to the back post, and it's saved by Spiegel. It's set nicely for Stauffer. Smith hit it. Quick the other way through Prentice, and a free kick for the Roots.
Here's Dom, could have maybe gone end line, but instead chose to try to find the back post. Hackshaw got a good touch on it. Still, a shot was able to get off. It's good contact. Probably could have had a little bit more oomph behind that shot, but kept it on frame.
And Luke Spencer did not agree with that foul call, and you got to be careful because it was Stauffer in the mix again, jawing with the referee. He's already on a yellow. Time to go in this first half. Roots up by 1. Hackshaw and Lucas Stauffer with a yellow each on either side. Peter Wilson gathering. Trejo.
Peter Wilson does a great job of drawing a lot of defenders to him. You know, he hasn't really gotten on the score sheet yet, but he is definitely taking up a lot of space in people's minds.
That was part of the conversation with Ryan Martin. Just right now, he's opening up so much for everybody else. Goals will come. Foul comes here against Peter Wilson. Some of it, too, is just getting used to new teammates. You see him there asking for the ball to be played to his other foot with Bertrand Jacquesson. This is Jacquesson's second start. So new teammate, new face, learning new tendencies. Do they like it on their right foot, on their left foot? So a moment like that where maybe 3-4 weeks from now, it is played to the correct foot in Peter Wilson's mind, and he is turning toward goal there. So growing pains as well. Flag stays down for Dom. St. Clair. Batista. Possession still 56-44 in Oakland's favor, but it's like Tulsa's been doing a lot of this, a lot of just back and forth among the center backs, trying to find something. Weber lays it off. St. Clair gets it back from Cabral. Away, 3 black jerseys condensing. Have to play through right now, the Roots. Batista just lobs it straight up in the air, hoping for something from El Medkar. It's all the way back to Spiegel. De Vicente. Trejo fouled. Free kick for the Roots, and Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Oh, this is the last thing you want to see for Oakland. David Garcia now down on that back line. Already lost tonight. Julian Bravo. There is not another defender that can occupy that position available on the bench, at least like for like. Do on the bench have options that can move some pieces around the chessboard. Jesse Maldonado is a right back by trade. If Garcia can't continue, Edwards would pop back centrally. Hope is that Garcia can shake this off. Didn't quite catch a clean look as far as what it was that sent him down. In the meantime, everybody else over to Ryan Martin for a chat. Vicky, take us inside that huddle if you're Ryan Martin and the players. Happy through 38 minutes or sort of neutral? Yes, the goal happens. You are in a lead, but after that one quick fleeting moment, it's been pretty even.
I think you're happy because you're ahead, but you're never fully content with what's going on. And I think he knows that his players can give him a little bit more. They missed another chance, at least one very good one. So, you know, the score could be different. Yes, they're winning, but one goal changes this game and Tulsa could be right back in it.
Here again is how it all went down in the 4th minute. Straight from the back line, Michael Edwards just pinging it long, and Wolfgang Prentice did the rest. So difficult to get the weight on that correct.
That was absolutely beautiful. I mean, everything about that is completely class. Keeper didn't stand a chance. It's a very fun player to watch, Wolfgang.
4 goals, 1 assist, now in their 6th game of the season. Garcia is struggling to shake this off. Kids are going wild. It's always a good time at the Coliseum with the trumpets and the drums going. And the Roots in the lead, but this is concerning.
Looks like he's limping. Maybe it's his quad.
He's really favoring that right leg as he comes off. Keep an eye on it if he's able to continue. No, they're already going to make the change. Difficult night at the office for the Roots. Of course, you've got your 5 substitutions and your 3 windows, but already burning 2 of the windows because of injury in this first half. And for a team that was already thin on the back line, it's Julian Bravo. And now David Garcia right here landing awkwardly after that aerial. So losing 2 players off that back line against a team that is very dangerous playing direct.
Speaks a lot to Tulsa, actually, because, 5 minutes left of the half, you might consider playing down a man or just having a push through because you don't want to waste one of those subs. But clearly the coach sees the potential threat.
Now it's going to be a lot of us figuring out in real time with all of you at home who goes where, because Faisal Batash is not a right back. Michael Edwards has been acting as the right back. Anybody's guess exactly who slots where now for the Roots. Based on the picture you're seeing, it looks like it's actually Wolfgang Prentice who's being tasked with playing as a left back. And Jesus De Vicente, who started on the right, went to the left, is now back on the right. So a lot of problems for Ryan Martin to solve. You know you're in a bad way, Vicky, where your only or best option is taking Wolfgang Prentice, your leading scorer with 4 goals on the season, off the top line and putting him at left back. They're in a pinch right now, the Roots.
Yeah, it's not ideal situation. But the fact that Wolfgang's willing to just take this in stride, and look at him, he's making a run.
He's still got a nose for goal. He found the space, used it. It's going to be a lot on Tommy McCabe in the midfield now to make those runs back and cover for Prentice when he instinctually goes forward as he is now. Trejo feeding it for Wilson, bouncing through. Dom able to clear.
Oftentimes forwards make brilliant outside backs because of their desire to get forward, their looks at the goal. So who knows? Maybe it could be a new position for him.
especially in the modern game, we've seen that conversion time and time again. Last year under Benny Feilhaber, when the Roots were playing a more traditional 3-back set with the wingbacks, there were times where Prentice played as a true wingback, but playing as the wingback in a 5 versus playing as a true left back in a 4, a little bit different. Spiegel going direct from one keeper to the other. Tulsa out shooting Oakland 4-3. Both sides with 2 shots on target. The Roots have the possession edge, but they have the 1-0 lead on the Prentice goal 4 minutes in. Edwards. This is one of those where if you get out of here with a victory for the Roots, you feel very proud of the effort. 2 injuries, that sort of adversity. Reigning Western Conference champions coming to your place, albeit a slow starting team this year, Tulsa. Still the reigning champs of the conference. You lose 2 key members of your back line in the first half. If you find a way, that's when you look back on. But they have a long way to go still to find that way.
Yeah, and these matchups between these 2 teams, actually, the home teams never won.
Last year, the Roots thought they were on the way to that victory. Second half goal from Tulsa to tie it. Finished 1-1, and it was really the last dagger of the hopes of making the postseason for the Roots. They were mathematically still alive after that game, but the difference between what's actually going to happen and what can mathematically happen, very different. The Roots never really had a chance, never really recovered from that tie. Felt in many ways like a loss. Dom. Cabral. Did a good job creating space, looking for the switch, but just mishit it in the end. Cleanly won back, though.
Got lucky they won it back there.
Stauffer deflected. Kacheski. Stauffer. Through from Stauffer, intercepted by Biarahanga. Which have been doing a lot of defending in this half.
I think at this point they're just trying to get to halftime. Have a clean slate.
Reassess strategically who ends up where because of the injuries, because of the subs. The interesting question becomes, if you're Ryan Martin, is your hand forced to make another sub or two at halftime when you don't have to burn a substitution window with a sub happening at the half just because you have that one window left? It'll be 6 minutes of stoppage time in this first half as Stauffer launches the throw. Headed clear by Biarahunga. Spiegel tracking it, and in the traffic he has it. To ignite the quick attack though for the Roots the other way.
It's a good look. They have 2 people in the box. It's not a bad decision. Keeper does a great job to just grab it.
Jacqueson. One coming up from De Vicente. Taking any chances there. Owen Dom wasn't sure if it was off of him last or De Vicente last. He didn't want to concede a corner, so just puts it out for a throw. Good also from De Vicente to force that decision. Edwards. Biarahunga. It's been outstanding so far in the midfield this season for the Roots. Trejo. Prentice. That's the lone goal tonight. Did that ever cross the line and go out? No, it didn't. Officials now conferring. It's a corner. Owen Dom thought this crossed the line in the air and curled back in. It's tough to tell, so that's why he just calmly, nonchalantly did that. But the official on the near side said it never crossed the line, and instead it's a corner conceded.
This is one of those things that could be very, very detrimental.
Corner brought to you by Ava Community Energy. De Vicente from that corner.
Okay, now if you're Dom, you can breathe a little bit.
I think he'll want to get it cleared out to midfield first because the Roots might go direct on a long throw here with McCabe. We'll leave it instead. Wolfgang Prentice. It's quickly for Trejo. Beyond McCabe. And now Dom could breathe a bit easier. Some chaos elsewhere in the USL Championship. 2-2 right now between El Paso and San Antonio in the 88th minute. El Paso at home, we're down 2-0 in that game. We're back to tie it. Scoreless at the half between Orange County and Lexington. Here's Peter Wilson trying to find a way through. Goal kick. The 2 best chances tonight for the Roots have come through direct play out of nothing, so why not try it again?
You know, I'm a little surprised Sissoko and Batista are letting the ball bounce so much. I would think that they'd want to maybe get the ball in the air when you're going against someone like Wilson, I mean, who's so athletic.
Dane Jackman hasn't had much to do. Biarahunga. In behind for Cabral. Flag stay down. Hackshaw chasing. Brings him down. Decision to be made by the referee. And it's going to be a foul called and a red card shown. On his way up the field, the referee was chatting in the earpiece with the 4th official. as to whether or not it was a foul. They're looking at the monitor, but it doesn't matter now. There's no VAR here. They could show whatever they want to show the Roots players. But the decision has been made. Foul called against Hackshaw. Last man, he's off for a red card.
I was just talking about how they should be taking the ball out of the air. There were so many one-touch passes that led to this. Ball was played over top, and Hackshaw just couldn't handle the speed there, and he fouls him from behind. It's the right call. It's a red card. I mean, he's the last defender, and that guy's going to score, 9 times out of 10.
And there's your best look at it. He might have nicked the ball, but he came through the legs to get it. Just a reckless challenge in that moment. Understanding the emotions in that moment from Hackshaw. If you watch that play back 100 times, I think 99 times you'll agree it's a red card, and there's not much else to say about it.
And I completely relate to him, unfortunately, as a center back. There's not much you can do. I mean, he's trying to get the ball. He does a good job to even get a little touch on it. You're not thinking foul the player. You're thinking stop the goal from happening. This is your job, and he makes contact.
So it sets up Tulsa with a free kick just outside the 18. Throws this game all out of whack. But will it be still with a 1-0 lead for the Roots, or will Tulsa find a way to tie it here?
Someone's lying down behind the wall.
It's Jamie Weber playing it short. Clever play, saved by Spiegel. Oh, shades of the Netherlands at the World Cup in Qatar in that moment as Wilson chases and Jackaman clears. Everybody gearing up for the strike from Weber. Clever ball in for Stauffer. Better save from Spiegel.
That is one of those things that you practice all the time in training, and it never actually works or happens. And that time it almost was very good for them.
Another look at it. Quick ball in. Spiegel coming up big with the save.
They're all anticipating the shot. That's why they're jumping, and then they have the ground covered as well, and it's brilliant.
So it almost gives Tulsa the equalizer. They'll likely do it, though, now for the first half once the goal kick is put back into play. On a night where you had Julian Bravo get hurt on the back line, David Garcia get hurt on the back line, Novell Hackshaw subbed in for the injured Julian Bravo. Now he's sent off with a red card. So you're down a man. Your center backs are dropping like flies between injury and red cards, but you go into the break leading 1-0, Vicky. So it's a lot to digest right now for the Roots, a lot to talk about in the locker room.
Yeah, if I'm the Roots, I am not at all content. I'm going to be a little stressed, worried now that yes, you have the advantage, but it is anyone's game. I mean, playing a man down is so hard.
Have to do it for 45 minutes down a man. FC Tulsa will have to figure out how they can use that to their advantage in half number 2. For now, it's the Roots leading Tulsa 1-0 on the Wolfgang Prentice goal 4 minutes in. But the late first half red card from Novell Hackshaw throws a wrench into things. Roots 1, Tulsa nothing. More to come from the Coliseum.
Sana, sana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy,
sanará mañana.
Infórmese sobre un seguro médico de bajo costo o sin costo con Anthem Blue Cross. Así usted y su familia pueden sana.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It doesn't just have great bones. It was the backbone of your community. So you breathe in new life, grinding away to make space for tomorrow, for your people. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you're always willing to double down on your neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
A lot of people don't know this about UCSF, but we have more female sports doctors than anywhere else in the country.
Our Women's Sports Medicine Center is the first clinic in the Bay Area to focus on female patients. We would reconstruct the ACL. Our bodies are different, our injuries are different.
We are constantly staying up to date on the latest science. And we're all athletes ourselves, so we understand what their goals are.
We love to help athletes get back to doing what they love.
UCSF Health.
A 1-0 lead for the Roots at the break. The goal coming 4 minutes in from Wolfgang Prentice. Could it be in the upcoming week's goal of the week conversation? To be determined. But for now, we'll take a look back at this past week's goal and save of the week.
Ooh, looked on by Olferson. Oh, brilliant play for Olferson! Teaching tape-type goal for Loudon. Level again.
Poetry in motion for Loudon. Thorley for Olferson, already with a goal to his name in this game, and this play is about patience. Up and throwing, Thor and his teammates back out of that pressure, and that's when instincts take over. The ball off his foot, one-touch pass, tiki-taka football for Loudon, a second finish in the game for Olferson, and that is your select USL Championship goal of the week.
In and out of challenges here, trying to provide a spark for Lexington. It's played up ahead for Philip Goodrum. Goodrum gets the shot away. Oh, fabulous save. Koke Vegas at full stretch to thwart Lexington's number 9. It's out for a corner.
This week on USL All Access, more interviews, less of us. The Detroit midfielder Maxi Rodriguez.
Looking for that back post again. Rodriguez scores! That's the way to start it for Detroit City at home.
The El Paso manager Junior Gonzalez. And plenty of talk about the Open Cup and those unbeaten and those recently beaten in the league. You'll see it SiriusXM FC or the USL YouTube page every Tuesday night.
Sana, sana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy,
sanará mañana.
Learn about low to no-cost health insurance with Anthem Blue Cross, so you and your family can sana sana.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You put on the biggest event of the year every single weekend, surviving the strongest storms, meeting chaos with composure. You roll up your sleeves to roll out the red carpet, because the end of the night for you is the beginning of the rest of their lives. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
It is halftime at the USL Championship. Time for headlines around the league. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio. Great job this week by Louisville City and Colorado Springs Switchbacks with cup sets. In the third round of the U.S. Open Cup, Louisville knocked off Austin FC 2-1, while Colorado Springs dominated Sporting Kansas City 3-0. El Paso Locomotive is literally beginning to motor its way through the championship. After their 4-0 win at Hartford Athletic, El Paso moved into second place in the Western Conference. El Paso is tied with Louisville City for most goals scored heading into Week 7 with 14. USL's young players continue to shine in the spotlight, and this week we feature Brandon Days of Louisville City. The U.S. Youth International scored his first professional goal last weekend. Some of his measurables include 21 clearances already, and he has won close to 60% of individual duels during matches played. The USL Championship has a pair of upcoming national broadcasts. Next Saturday is El Clamico in the Prince Tires USL Cup. Then on Saturday, May 2nd, Detroit City hosts Louisville City. Both matches are on CBS Sports Network. Those are your championship headlines. We're getting closer to the second half. Let's get you back out to your man.
Roots fans have been banging the drum all night long. Happy with the early lead, 4 minutes in, but they have to pick up the pieces. A late first half red card has them up a goal, but down a man going into half number 2. We had plenty of drama elsewhere today, Vicky. We'll take you back to the early slate. Louisville winning at 1-0 over Sporting Jacks. That winner came 90+6. I can't imagine what goes through a player's mind when you score 90+6 to win a game.
It's the best feeling in the world to score in the 90+6, and it's also the worst feeling in the world to concede in the 90+6. So I can't imagine the thoughts going through those guys' heads right now.
And that was how Louisville got it done. A tie between Charleston and Tampa Bay. Switchbacks throttling Monterey Bay. Interesting, the two teams in Colorado Springs and Louisville City who progressed through the Open Cup this past week backed it up with big wins on the weekend. Hartford and Loudoun 0-0. As we migrate out west, some of the results from earlier. We had just updated you during our first half on that El Paso San Antonio score that El Paso came all the way back to tie it from 2 goals down. By the way, another late winner. 90th minute there, Christian Parano gets the winner for San Antonio. What's up with these center backs? Your people giving up too many late goals late in games.
I got to tell you, the last few minutes of the game is very, very tough on your body, on your mind. It's very easy to let go and to think that you've done the job or the game's going to be done, and then those extra few minutes, they have a big impact, especially when you have players subbing on in the last minute. You know, they're fresh. You're very tired.
Yeah, Louisville got it done earlier. San Antonio got it done in the late window. The only other game going on right now at halftime 0-0, Orange County and Lexington. Will keep you abreast of the happenings there as we go into our second half with the Roots up 1-0 on FC Tulsa. Highlights and stats from half number 1 on the other side.
Sana, sana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy,
sanará mañana.
Infórmese sobre un seguro médico de bajo costo o sin costo con Anthem Blue Cross. Así usted y su familia pueden sana.
This one slipped through nicely for Williams! Shining once again for Hartford. Quizera settles. Dodea Quizera!
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
A lot of people don't know this about UCSF, but we have more female sports doctors than anywhere else in the country.
Our Women's Sports Medicine Center is the first clinic in the Bay Area to focus on female patients. We would reconstruct the ACL. Our bodies are different. Our injuries are different.
We are constantly staying up to date on the latest science. And we're all athletes ourselves, so we understand what their goals are.
We love to help athletes get back to doing what they love.
UCSF Health.
Tonight's match is presented in part by Anthem Blue Cross. A lot to unpack from that first half between Oakland and Tulsa. We'll take you back through highlights from half number one, and it started quick with the goal 4 minutes in.
Yeah, that long ball from Edwards was brilliant. It's perfectly weighted. It went straight over the back line. They had a bit of a high line, and Prentice just took advantage of that. He chipped it right over the goalie.
Fingertips, you could see on that last replay for Dane Jackman, but couldn't keep it out. Tulsa responded well and had a really good chance here on a clever bit of play.
Yeah, you can see the cross comes off, and that back heel is brilliant. I think here, maybe instead of the shot and deflection, maybe you get end line, maybe you pull it back, find the back post, try to make something happen.
Stauffer went for goal instead. Here, Peter Wilson goes for goal in the 20th minute. Thought he had his first of the season, but not quite.
Brilliant through ball, perfectly weighted in between both defenders. You know, Wilson had more time. He's 1v1. He can take a touch. He can go around the goalie, pass it in. I think he just got excited.
And this is where the game flips on its head. 45+5. Novell Hackshaw makes a decision, goes to ground, and he's shown a red.
Yeah, you know, Hackshaw should know at this point, especially if he's not fully cleared, you know, speed isn't really on his side. So he was a little bit high off his line, and, you know, they took advantage of that, got in behind, and there was nothing else to do but foul.
And now it gets interesting for the Roots. They were spared on the ensuing free kick. Clever bit of play from FC Tulsa. Stauffer rolled in behind. Spiegel made the save to at least preserve the lead going into halftime up 1-0. But there's a lot to unpack now of what it means for the lineup. Stats from that first half paint a pretty even picture, and I think it felt pretty even, Vicky. The Roots get the early goal, but after that, it felt like right down the middle between these two teams.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised the possession is as it is, because I would have thought it was even closer. You know, both teams have averaged about 51% in the first 5 games that they've played, and so Oakland's clearly keeping the ball right now, but, you know, Tulsa up a man can make anything happen.
And now the question for the Roots becomes who plays where in this second half between the injuries and the red cards. Tulsa left to right in their gold, Oakland right to left in the black, and away we go in half number 2. With Vicky Bruce, I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you with us on ESPN Plus from the Coliseum. Roots leading by 1, and this is our first look at what the Roots are showcasing here defensively in this second half. It's a lot to unpack. We'll try to make sense of it for you as they play down a man. One sub at the break. Stefan Lukic replacing Harvey St. Clair for Tulsa. Attack-minded substitution, getting another player centrally in Lukic.
It's going to be interesting to see how Oakland sets up now. You know, are they going to hold back? Are they going to put more numbers back and just try to protect the lead? Or are they going to try to come out and get some more? Usually when you become more defensive, it actually does not work in your favor. Trying to play it safe, and then the opposite happens.
You and I were trying to make heads and tails of how they might look in this second half. Remember, they're already down key pieces on the back line. Then they lose Julian Bravo to injury. He's replaced by Navel Hackshaw. They lose David Garcia to injury. He's replaced by Faisal Batash, but not quite replaced. Batash comes in the midfield, and it slid at the time Wolfgang Prentice on the back line. Then Hackshaw picks up the red card. So it seems for now the answer for Ryan Martin is to actually go into a 3-back. He has Jesus De Vicente as a left center back, Michael Edwards as a true center back, Babosi Biarahanga as a right center back, with Wolfgang Prentice as a left wing back, and Bertrand Jacqueson as a right wing back. You got all that? That's what the Roots are going with right now. Emergency situation for Oakland. Try from the edge of the area, off the post, and stays out. Tulsa trying right away to get back into this game with the man advantage down the goal, and almost did so. Communication going to be key now for the Roots on this back line with square pegs and round holes. Stauffer through. Flag stays down. Saved again by Spiegel.
Wow, the momentum has shifted. Well, it's an absolutely beautifully hit shot. Inside of the foot, trying to bend it around the goalie. Ever so unlucky to hit the post.
And then Weber denied on the second effort. Goes short from the corner. Stauffer. Weber. Drops it all the way back for Batista. Stauffer. Weber. Now the service comes in. McCabe flicks it away. Further along from Biarahanga. It's going to be a lot of defending for the Roots. Down a man. Can you hold on for 40 minutes playing this way is the question. You don't really have a choice. Looped in. Edwards clears.
We thought these second balls were going to be key before, but now they're going to be even more important. Playing down a man, these second balls are going to result in a goal. Anything that's cleared, if it's not a perfect clear, if it's ricocheted when you're down a man, that gets countered into a goal.
Luke Spencer has an opportunity here. Charges FC Tulsa side to get them back on track. Will be their first win since March 21st. They have a long road in this one. Down a goal, but momentum is swung. A lot of attacking talent out there, a very direct team. To go 45 minutes up a man is significant. And beyond just that, it's the injuries from the first half for the Roots. If they were fully healthy right now with the pieces on the back line that they should have, I think you're having a different conversation, Vicky. You can very much go 45 minutes not allowing a goal, being down a man, but it's just a big ask because you've already lost Julian Bravo and David Garcia on top of the red card.
Yeah, anytime you're playing down a player, it's exhausting as players that are still on the field. You feel this sense of defeat, and you look at them and maybe they're clearing the ball, maybe they do something well for a minute or two, but they just can't really keep it because they can't find players because they're down someone. Someone is always not there.
Sissoko. Curious how long Tulsa shows this same patience they showed in the first half. until they decide they have to start forcing the issue a bit more.
If I'm Oakland, I'm thinking just get to the 80th minute. If you can get to the 80th minute and you can keep it 1-0, you can push through those last 10 minutes. And then Tulsa's going to be sweating, trying to get at something.
If you could find something in the counter, even better for Oakland, but it's a lot to ask. Down a man. It's easier said than done for Luke Spencer and crew figuring out how to beat a team that's playing down a man, because you know it's going to be so compact and they're going to be sitting so deep. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Lukic needs it ahead. Weber in behind. De Vicente went to ground. Weber putting it in front. Saved by Spiegel. Jacobson able to get it clear.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You see how that ball went right across the penalty box? Someone on Tulsa needs to just be there, tap it in.
Flick toward goal off the bar. Second time in 8 minutes in this first half that Tulsa has hit the woodwork and it stayed out. On top of a couple of saves by Spiegel. Up a man, they are pressing, but the ball just won't go in for now. Sissoko. Down by Stauffer. Hesitates, now delivers the header right at Spiegel. And the Roots could catch their breath.
Taking another look at this shot. It's a half volley, looked like, and inches away from hitting the back of the net.
Peter Wilson. Can the Roots generate any sort of attack down a man now in this second half? They breathe a lot easier with an insurance goal. Jacobson. This is where you have to sacrifice now for the Roots. You're going 3v6 at a moment like that because you have to keep everybody else behind the ball.
And that's where it starts to feel defeating. You're doing well, you make it into the attacking half, you're excited, you're creating chances, you just don't have the numbers. It's very hard to capitalize on anything. And then immediately you have to run back and defend.
That's what it's going to be, defend, defend, defend the rest of the way. Almost looks like they've set up in a 5-2-2, the Roots. Start going in the formation booklet and figuring out different ways you can work it. I'm also going to call upon your goalkeeper a lot. Rafael Spiegel has an opportunity to get back in the good graces tonight. Started the first few games of the season, won the goalkeeper battle in the offseason from Kendall McIntosh. Had a howler at the back that led to the goal in the 1-0 defeat against Orange County, and then picked up a red card late in that game, just losing his cool. He was suspended last week. Kendall McIntosh had a mistake of his own, so it goes right back to Spiegel this week. Down a man, he's going to be asked to do a lot. He's already made 4 saves. I guarantee you he will have to make more than just the 4 the rest of the way. Back for Jacobson. Pressure from Jacobson. Jacobson deflects it, but it goes out of play. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Batash playing against his former team. Came over last summer from Tulsa to the Roots. Running through toward Cabral. Spiegel clears. Oakland is readying 2 changes. That's important because here in the 57th minute, if Ryan Martin decides to make these 2 changes, now that's it. He used 2 subs in the first half because of injury in 2 different windows. He didn't make any changes at halftime, so they have 1 substitution window remaining. He's about to burn it. Dom squares it back. Spiegel loose in front. It came off of Cabral. It never made it through to Spiegel, and Cabral was offside.
He's in offside position, so it was a brilliant clear, but wouldn't have counted anyway.
Spiegel was in position as well, seemed if need be. This is going to be aggressive, though, from Ryan Martin. You can't blame him. He's put in a difficult position, but to use your last substitution window, paint a picture of what that means. If, knock on wood, the Roots have another injury at some point in this game, that's it. They're going to have to play down an additional man. I was wondering how long he might wait, keep that substitution window in his back pocket. The last thing you need on a night where they've already lost 2 players due to injury and down a man via a red card. If someone pulls up, having pulled something in the 70th minute now, that's it. You're playing down the 9 men the rest of the way, so on and so forth.
And I think at this point, you just have to sub someone who can play multiple positions. You just have to know that no one's going to be in the spot they prefer, and they're going to have to just handle it the next 30 minutes.
Can Trejo help create an insurance goal? Trejo deflected. Peter Wilson! He was spun around by Batista, out for a goal kick.
Here we go. He takes it down the line. Trejo gets a great cross off. It's deflected. If only he wasn't spinning around. You know, sometimes you think you have to do a lot in front of the goal to get it in, but sometimes it's just a little poke's all you need.
A little nudge for Lamar Batista was all he needed there. Nothing that would have risen to the level of a penalty kick, but enough to throw Peter Wilson off his path. Might have been the difference there. Medkar couldn't knot it down. Jacquesin clears. You've got 2 wingbacks who are strikers by trade. You've got a left center back who is a wingback by trade. Goal kick here for the Roots.
Well done to knock it off of Dom for a goal kick.
Still holding those subs for now, Oakland. It'll be Jackson Keel and Florian Velo for the Roots. Told it'll be for Bertrand Jacquesin and Danny Trejo. Here's Batash. Trejo with what could be his final involvement. Knocked away. Jacquesin delivering. Jacquemin has it.
And that's just too easy. You know, when you get this far up the field, you have to take advantage of it.
I wish I could tell you what I think those substitutions mean for the Roots, but I don't know if Ryan Martin knows at this point because of everybody that's out of position. See where they line up when they come in. On the turn, Lukic works it back. Jamie Weber. Below is the number 10 by trade. Jackson Keel is an out-and-out striker by trade. So replacing Bertrand Jacquesin, the question becomes who slides as the other wingback. Where do those 2 subs go? We'll find out. Here they come. Using their final substitution window at the hour mark. So barring a concussion sub at some point the rest of the way, the Roots cannot make any changes the rest of the night. Already down a man because of Miguel Hackshaw's red card in first half stoppage time. It's Trejo and Jacquesin off. Jackson Keel and Florian Velo on. Velo went 10 minutes last game against Tampa Bay, coming back from an injury. He'll have to go at least 30 tonight. Jackson Keel has quickly become a favorite of Ryan Martin. Go-to guy off the bench. Dangerous player in the attack. Relentless motor. It looks Like now they've finally dropped Tommy McCabe into that back line. That's what you and I were chatting about at halftime. We thought McCabe might be the move onto the back line. He's had to play center back at a pinch before. And now they have dropped him to center back. And time-wasting yellow being shown here to Jesus De Vicente. Tommy McCabe is coming up to argue that time-wasting yellow because the reason De Vicente gave up the ball is because he was going into position now as the right wing back. Oh, it's a mess. They're doing all they can in this moment, the Roots, with the hand they've been dealt. Tulsa's readying another change now as well to try and counteract and find the spark they need. Bruno Lapa will be coming on for Khalil El-Medkar. Thrown in behind for Remy Cabral. And Spiegel has it. Bruno Lapa, longtime dangerous player in this league. Went to Brazil, now back. See his insertion. 5 appearances, 3 starts this season for Bruno Lapa. Doesn't have a goal contribution yet. Batash. Positive numbers here for the Roots. Batash goes for it right at Jackaman. Almost coughed it up, but holds on in the end. I've lost track of how many iterations of the back line we've seen tonight for the Roots. Another new addition to that list. It's Biarahanga playing center back with McCabe and Edwards. De Vicente has gone back to right wing back, and Prentice is your left wing back. All over the map because of injuries and red cards. Weber guided away by McCabe. Split through Lukic. And it's gone. How difficult is it, Vicky, to go this long down a man for a team? Forget about the injuries that further complicate things for the Roots, but to go 45 minutes down a man, how difficult is that on a team?
It's the worst thing in the world. The game is so physically tiring, but then you add this mental aspect of knowing that you were already at a disadvantage. It just makes everything that much harder. Every tackle, every touch, every decision, it has that much more weight to it, and you don't want to make the wrong one because you're going to make your team pay for it if you do. A wasted shot, a ball cleared poorly, all of those things can result in having to sprint back every single person.
And now Tulsa trying to make them pay here with some fresh legs. Bailey Sparks replaces Lucas Stauffer, and Bruno Lapa replaces Khalil El-Medkar. Second and third subs made by FC Tulsa. Roots have successfully, albeit maybe in a shaky way, but they've successfully navigated the first 20 minutes of this second half down a man. Spiegel has made a couple of big saves. Tulsa has hit the post once, the crossbar once. It's unfortunate the Roots to still be in the lead. But to your point, when you're down a man, take it minute by minute, and you hope the minutes add up to 90 in the end. And they've gotten through 20. Bad news is they still have 25 plus stoppage to go. Lukic. Foul called against Tulsa. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball free to play. Download now. So far in this second half, through 20 minutes, possession is almost 80-20 in Tulsa's favor. First half, it was 55-45 the Roots way. That's what that red card does, and that's why it's so tiring playing down a man. To your point, Vicky, you're just chasing the entire time.
Yeah, at this point with the momentum and the shots Tulsa's had, one is definitely coming. So if they can even hold out for a tie, I think Oakland would be proud of that.
If they can hold out for a win, it's that much sweeter, but that's asking a lot. Biarahanga. Below. Jesus De Vicente navigating. This is good to just breathe a little bit for the Roots. They've been chasing for so long. Finally, a spell of possession, which is difficult to come by down a man.
At this point, they're going to just do whatever passes they can to keep it. There's no point in trying to do anything too tricky. Just keep the ball, relax a little bit. You can never relax when you don't have the ball.
Keel chasing. Comes for Jacquemin. Dom looking for Cabral. Oh, that's got to be a card there. It is yellow shown to A.B. Sissoko, but maybe worth it because Peter Wilson could have been off to the races.
I think that's a brilliant foul. Very smart on Tulsa. I think Peter could have had an incredible breakaway. They also got a little lucky. They're in they're in the opposition's half, so it's not necessarily last player, but it was very close to maybe being a red. If
at least the Roots would have argued that. Lamar Batista was stride for stride. To your point, considering you've already given a red card for that reason tonight, if Lamar Batista were even a couple of yards further away, the Roots would have had that argument. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. Over the top, it's Peter Wilson going for goal, quickly taken by the Roots. Got to give Bellevue its due still. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals, on which Peter Wilson nearly found his first on the season there. That's something, though, the Roots have to be maybe keen to do more, and Tulsa has to be aware of. Down a man, searching for insurance. Go quick, catch them off guard. Almost came to fruition. Now it's Lukic the other way. Dom in behind, squaring it.
Can't ask for anything better by Dom. It was played directly back across.
Pierre drops it in. Over the top of Cabral and Lukic. Called against Peter Wilson. Put back into play quickly by FC Tulsa. Kucheski. Delence Pierre. Dom. Brings it down, delivering back. Post a header! The equalizer for FC Tulsa. It had been building, and finally, their moment.
That starts with Kucheski getting that switch off, and then Don does a brilliant job of this curling ball over top. Can't do anything about it. Brilliant finish. Have to head down.
Bailey Sparks picks up his second goal of the season. He's missed a couple of games this year for Tulsa. First time that he's coming in off the bench. Finds his second goal. He just came on a few moments ago. Paying dividends for Luke Spencer. Now with this momentum, up a man. Can Tulsa go on and find a winner? Be their first victory since March 21st. Only their second victory of the season. He's getting chippy between Kucheski and Below. Kucheski not backing down. He's still a youngin' in this league. Only his third year as a pro. Florian Below's been in this for a decade, but Kucheski not backing down.
Yeah, and he also had the foul in the first half where he completely pushed the opposition's player for no reason. So he's got to be a little careful. this results in a yellow, you know, maybe 2 yellows becomes a red, and you got a fair game. You got 2 teams playing down a man.
That's the big thing now for Tulsa. Just at the very least, keep your 11v10 advantage. Lucas Stauffer was just subbed off. He had a yellow. AB Sissoko on the field has a yellow. So Sissoko is the only one in danger right now of picking up a second yellow. Peter Wilson battling. He commits the foul. And he is showing a yellow. Oh, no, pardon me. That's just coming in with his left hand up, just trying to calm Peter Wilson. Now looked like the card was in hand, and Peter Wilson now has racked up 3 or 4 fouls, so it might have been a persistent infringement yellow, but he gets away unscathed. Might not be so the next time, though.
It's one of the most annoying parts of being a defender. You do 1 foul and you get a card, and forwards foul often and strategically, and you know, never get reprimanded for it.
Weber feeds it through, flag stays down, struck near post, but wide from Cabral. He's claiming it took a touch from Spiegel. No, it's a goal kick. You made the comment earlier, Vicky, for Oakland, if you can come away from this with a tie, in some regards, even that would feel like a win. You might have had an argument there, Cabral, but it still has to feel that way if you're Oakland. To go down, or rather to concede that equalizing goal is a bit deflating, but if you can still navigate this with the red card and the injuries to a draw and a hard-earned point, you're probably happy.
And it's also going to come down to a lot of Tulsa's decision making. You know, there Cabral shot it near post, kept it on the ground. I think if he looks far post, if he goes, you know, to the left side of the goal, or just tries to pass it diagonal, if someone else is on, to have a little tap in.
Same way that for Oakland will feel like a win if they can muster a draw. It feel like a loss if Tulsa can't manage anything more than just this draw. Below. Yarahunga. Still 0-0 elsewhere between Orange County and Lexington. The only other game going on at the moment in the USL Championship. Wilson, almost. Seems like only we're having the fun here. We've got the red cards, we've got the goals. Nothing going on right there between Orange County and Lexington for the time being. But those two teams, that could change at a moment's notice. Very explosive teams in the attack. Owen Dom squaring it back, swing and a miss. Comes all the way through. Pierre lays it off. Chance to go ahead for Tulsa off the deflection. It's out for a corner.
Beautiful sequence there. You know, Dom has done this consistently the entire game. He's got end line, he gets the ball across, it goes all the way across the box. Instead of having a shot there, you find the open pass, good decision. I think maybe there he should shoot it, you know, not cross. I think one pass was perfect for that.
A bit quick off the corner to no avail. 15 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Nice move from Prentice. Lukic really deflected out. There was space there for Prentice to be had if he kept it in play.
I think if Oakland's going to score another opportunity, it's going to be a lot of individual stuff that's making it happen. A lot of crafty plays. You know, Wilson or Wolfgang coming up with something 1v1.
Need a spark if they could find one. Stuffed down a man for the whole second half. And no subs to try and spark something with fresh legs. They used their last substitution window at the 60-minute mark. because they had to burn 2 in the first half due to injury. Just compounding issues for the Roots tonight. First half injuries, players out of position, the red card. No more substitution window, so you can't get the fresh legs on now. Legs get heavy chasing the ball so much as they are again now. Tulsa's massive possession edge in this second half. Issues compounding, but still 1-1 for now. Dom centering, McCabe clearing. Only as far as Lukic, the header on toward goal. It's over the bar. Goal kick.
Once again, Dom getting in behind the back line. Gets that cross off. It's not exactly where he wanted it to be. I think he would have preferred an open player, but to get ahead in front of the goal, it's a good opportunity. Just over. I think he needs to try to head that down. He's so tall. I think he's got the ability to.
Spiegel now down with his right leg. He's made a lot of big saves tonight, Rafael Spiegel. Back through some of those finest moments. This is even before they went down a man. But it says a lot about the character of the player, coming back from suspension, coming back from a game where he had a poor mistake that led to Orange County's only goal in that 1-0 Orange County victory over the Roots. After that game, after the suspension, coming up big time and again tonight for his side.
And all these saves have been from, 5-10 yards away. They're all in the box. It's incredible to have that good of reflexes.
Also have to be wondering how much of this right now could be gamesmanship from Spiegel. In the meantime, they're ready another change. Raheem Somersault will replace Jamie Weber, and that will happen now. Saw one of those players from North Carolina who have flocked elsewhere this year. After North Carolina goes away for the season. Talented player Somersault, proven goal scorer in this league and in USL League One. Proven steady player in the midfield as well, but can provide that spark coming out of the midfield. That's what Tulsa's looking for right now. Up a man, it gives him that freedom to make those excess runs out of the midfield in the area so he could provide. Spiegel fit to continue, and that's really the problem right now for the Roots. He had to be. With all their substitution windows utilized, if he was unable to continue, take your pick of an outfield player and put the gloves on him. That's it.
I actually think Spiegel might have gone down on a strategic move.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah,
I think I'm with you there.
I think he was trying to stop momentum there from Tulsa. I don't think anything was wrong with him.
I 100% agree. That is a goalkeeper timeout that has become a staple around the world, and I think the rule makers have been trying to find ways to stop that. It's just difficult to outlaw. Helps the Roots in this moment, but it serves as a good opportunity to remind you that they're done with their substitution window. So if it were something legitimate for Spiegel, they have nowhere to turn. Below, pulling it through to Vicente, couldn't keep it in play. Although we do know who the emergency goalkeeper is for the Roots, because they had to go that route against Orange County. They already made their subs when Spiegel picked up his red card. It was Tommy McCabe who was given the jersey as the emergency keeper. So I suppose it's good to know their emergency keeper is on the field. Sparks. Hanga tries to chip it away, almost gave it right back. It'll be a Tulsa throw, last off of De Vicente. The Roots are right back at the Coliseum this Wednesday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. Celebrating Earth Day. Get your tickets now at oaklandrootssc.com/tickets. Call 510-488-1144. Lukic. No trouble there for Spiegel. Right to ground. 8 minutes plus stoppage to navigate. What would be a hard-earned point for Oakland.
These are the kind of decisions I'm talking about. You know, Lukic has no reason to shoot there. You know, they could have kept the ball. He could have found another opportunity. These could be the game changers, these little differences.
It's a difficult stretch right now to assess for the Roots. It would be 4 matches without a victory if this holds. Within those 4, 3 draws to get there first. Among those draws, 2-2 against Phoenix Rising on the road. A game where they had a 2-0 lead. And they were disappointed to have squandered it. But still, if you would have told them ahead of time going on the road to Phoenix, they would tie it 2-2, probably would have taken it. Last game on the road against Tampa Bay Rowdies, 2-2. In a game they trailed twice. That had to have felt like a victory in many ways. And now this one, with the injuries, with the red card. So 3 draws in the last 4 it would be if they could hold on. Winless in those 4. But positives to take from that stretch.
Also have to consider Tampa Bay is #1 right now in their conference, so tying them is good feat.
Phoenix Rising team that is coming off a big win, 3-0 over Miami today. Got up against difficult teams now. Tonight you're welcoming the reigning Western Conference champions into your building. And with everything that's gone wrong between injury and red card, you're still tied for now. For Tulsa, you have to do some soul searching if you can't find a winner here. To wonder what it would take to finally get back in the win column. Haven't done so since March 21st. Did pick up a win in Open Cup against San Antonio along the way. And fell just a few days ago against St. Louis City. Ricochets off of Delens-Pierre and out for an Oakland throw.
I think this is where Tulsa players need to start isolating Oakland's back line. You need to take a player one-on-one, get behind them like Don's been doing all game. They can't mark up in the box, they're down a man. If you can take someone out of it, some good will come.
Oakland in no rush to get the ball back into play. It's strong protest from the Tulsa bench. Ryan Martin, a perplexed look as he glances up at the clock, wondering if they could find a way to make it move faster. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Glad to have had you with us this evening with Vicky Bruce. I'm Joe Malfa. 1-1 at the Coliseum. Just over 5 minutes plus stoppage remaining. Roots have been down a man since the end of the first half. The equalizing goal for Tulsa came in the 70th minute. Bailey Sparks. Reese's play on through all that contact.
Surprised there wasn't a foul there.
Batash trying to capitalize now for Oakland. Wilson, Batash just behind him. Almost through. Now it's McCabe. Almost won it back for Oakland. It's the most positive moments they've been able to string together in the attack since going down a man. Flag stays down for Lukic. Eyeing up goal. Lukic goes for goal, saved by Spiegel. You knew another save was coming at some point. Just so much pressure from Tulsa with the Roots down a man. Spiegel makes the stop.
Lack of communication there from the center backs.
It's to be expected with all the turnover on that back line in this game. McCabe missed on the clearance effort, but Edwards was there. Remember, the only true center back out there for the Roots right now is Michael Edwards. Looked like he was thinking about it there. Now chips it ahead. The header, Spiegel watches it wide, and he goes down, holding that right hamstring again.
Miscommunication there from the center backs. Gets a brilliant shot off. Someone needs to follow him. You have to know that this shot is coming off. It's going to be saved. It's hit with power. It's going to be ricocheted, and it can just be followed back in.
You saw a bit of a grimace on the face there of Lukic as he went for that shot, and he's going to be subbed off here. Remember, he was just recently subbed on for Harvey St. Clair to begin this second half. And now they'll replace him with Alonzo Clark. So I wonder if that impacted the effort or the decision at all from Lukic. Spiegel's down. Let's take a look back at it. Watch toward the end of this, Lukic. He changes direction. Right there, he's grimacing. And again, a little bit of a grimace right there, right before he had to take the shot. Limping into the shot. Still got good contact on it. Spiegel forced him to save, but that's where we saw him nursing something and now subbed off.
It is admirable. You see the goal in front of you, you're not going to let anything stop you from trying to make an attempt.
Gonna go for it. Alonzo Clark will go for it. It's his first appearance of the season for FC Tulsa. Comes on with 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Wilson, below. Florian below, looking back for Peter Wilson. Almost got to it. Poor defending. Let's go, Oakland. Bring up from the crowd here at the Coliseum. 90 seconds remaining of the 90 minutes. Can the Roots hold on to at least a point? Flicked on, saved by Spiegel. Corner coming for Tulsa. Quick reaction save with the left hand. Short from Lapa, gets it back. Bruno Lapa drops it in. 90th minute. Somersault. Wasteful from Somersault.
Cross comes in. Such a quick reaction. I mean, the hands on him. Spiegel does brilliant here. That ball was going side netting.
Remy Cabral, the one robbed that time. Has a goal this season. Cabral making his first start tonight for FC Tulsa in the regular season. Almost the hero in the 90th minute. Roots are not out of the woods yet in navigating a difficult evening. 7 minutes of stoppage time will be added. Some hope still for Tulsa to find a winner.
Those will be the longest 7 minutes for Oakland.
Tulsa tonight, 12 shots, 4 on target in the second half alone. In the first half, they had 5 shots, 3 on target. Double the shot tally in the second half. Expected, being up a man. Now 7 more minutes to work with. Good step off the back line by Sissoko. Dom. Chesky was calling for it on the backside. Dom holds on for now. Dom now delivering over the head of Remy Cabral.
You can see Cabral's kind of cheating behind their back line, trying to see if he can get in behind.
Man, why not? Take some of those liberties. Vicente. The bouncing ball, it's out for a Tulsa throw. So that's Pierre not making any friends on that Oakland bench. He's fake throwing the ball up at an assistant to get him to flinch. Free kick for Tulsa. Bruno Lapa stands over it. Lapa delivers. Spiegel read it well. Slaps it away. Couldn't hold on. Be a Tulsa throw. Well, that loomed large. Spiegel's inability to hold on to that one. Figure at this point, when there's no rush to get the ball back into play for the Roots, he holds on. He probably goes to ground. He probably takes 10 seconds. He sends it the length of the field. Instead, Tulsa keeps everybody forward, and the moment stays.
Sometimes that's enough, though. As a player, down a man, when your keeper makes a save, any kind of save.
Well, this time he holds on and does go to ground, so in the end, it's the same result for the Roots. Batash looking long for Wilson. I get the sense it's a moment of brilliance for the Roots, or it's a mistake by Tulsa if Oakland is going to find a winner here. A free kick could be the way to do it.
Smart play by Wolfgang. He's looking up. He's seeing there's nothing on. He draws a foul.
And now, man,
so you can
send
see
bodies forward.
He's got the ball. He knows he's got nowhere to go. Takes the knock. We'll try to cut off a minute now.
It finished elsewhere between Orange County and Lexington, 0-0. This is the last one to go final on this Saturday in the USL Championship. 3 more minutes of stoppage time remain. De Vicente from the free kick. Comes for Batash. Also Batash sending it back in all the way through. Goal kick. So a moment wasted for the Roots.
Do have to wonder if this game's also going to result in a goal in stoppage time.
We saw it elsewhere. Louisville earlier today, 90+6 found a winner. San Antonio in the 90th minute found a winner, 3-2 over El Paso. One late winner for a home team, one late winner for a road team already on the day. It's the road team pressing now. Cabral lets it go. Comes all the way for Lapa. Alonzo Clark, low driven ball, flick to that back post. Goal kick, and a chance to take some more time off now for Spiegel.
You know, I don't actually think he meant to play that ball. I think he was looking to go back post, and it accidentally was a little bit of flub, and then almost got lucky, had back heel.
Big special from Dom if that was on target. 2 more minutes to navigate for the Roots. Be a frustrating tie for Tulsa. Up a man the entire second half. They found their leveler in the 70th minute. They hit the post, they hit a crossbar before that. They've been robbed time and again from Rafael Spiegel since then.
A little surprised there wasn't a foul called there.
Wilson was brought down by Batista behind the play. Now it's Batista striding forward for Tulsa. Somersault. Through for Clark, cut off by Edwards. Somersault. Clark. around AB Sissoko. Squaring it back, Sissoko. Peter Wilson gets the benefit of the doubt there. Dom shot blocked. 20 seconds remaining in the 7 additional minutes. Prentice chopped down behind the play. Alonzo Clark into the book with a yellow.
Looks like Clark took out his ankles.
7 minutes of stoppage were given. 7 minutes have come and gone.
Yeah, he just gets a little touch on him after the fact.
And enough, maybe more importantly than anything else, to get this to the finish line for Oakland. Foul happened with about 15 seconds remaining in stoppage time. By the time the Roots get up and in all likelihood just bomb this down the field, it might be enough to bring about a final whistle.
Wolfgang's probably cramping like crazy right now, and he's had a brilliant game, so it's well deserved.
Started with a goal 4 minutes in. Final whistle goes. It finishes 1-1 tonight. In many ways will feel like a win for the Roots the way things went down. Disappointment on the side of FC Tulsa. And these two sides share a point each on a goal each. Fighter of the match is Wolfgang Prentice, presented by Modelo, a reward for those of the fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. It's Wolfgang Prentice for his opening goal.
It's my player to watch. Happy to see him come out with a goal.
Only took 4 minutes for him to get that goal. Knocking it in over the fingertips of Dane Jackaman. From there, everything was downhill for the Roots between injuries and red cards, but they still managed to hold on. We'll wrap things up on the other side. Roots 1, Tulsa 1 this evening at the Coliseum.
Sana, sana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy,
Sanará mañana.
Learn about low to no cost health insurance with Anthem Blue Cross, so you and your family can sana sana.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You might not be related, but you're still family. You don't just give an extra hand. You give your whole heart and a whole lot of muscle. Because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
A lot to unpack from this 1-1 draw between Oakland and Tulsa. Oakland really hanging on for dear life the rest of the way after a late first half red card. Started differently. 4 minutes in, they did take a lead through Wolfgang Prentice.
Yeah, this starting off as quickly as possible, get it across, and then you'd be able to capitalize on the fact that you're playing up 1.
That was the second goal of the season to tie it at 1. It would finish like that. The stats will really show Tulsa disappointed to come away with only a point in this one, out shooting Oakland 20-7 and 8-4 on target. Just dominating after going up a man, but unable to find a winner.
Yeah, props to Oakland. You know, they did not have an easy hand given to them within the first few minutes of the game, and they managed beautifully to come out with a tie. I think they're going to be really proud of that.
Oakland proud of the tie. Tulsa may be disappointed with the tie, but that is how it ends tonight at the Coliseum. Oakland won, Tulsa won. One more game to round out Week 7 in the USL Championship. It's Birmingham and Indy at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow evening. Our broadcast partner, Vicky Bruce, and the crew that makes this possible, I'm Joe Malpa saying so long for now. Oakland won, Tulsa won. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.